show is that there's somebody controlling this camera. It's not me. Okay. Someone is controlling this camera from the other side of the world. And you can see that this is the person that is controlling the camera. And all I have to do is click this little share button right here. And what that does is that allows me to type anyone's email address in here and literally send them a link to this interface. You can click it in a Google Chrome browser and you can control any PTZ camera. And John, we got a question about, what PTZ cameras do we support? And
Yes.
this is a question that we love getting because when I add a camera in here, you'll see we support Bird Dog, we support Canon, JVC, Lumens, Marshall, Panasonic, Sony, et cetera, et cetera. So the camera I just added, I believe, is a PTZOptics Move 4K. And the reason why I mentioned that, I think it's a 20X, is because these are actual drivers designed for control. So once you get these cameras into this interface, now you can send control is for remote producers, remote access. And a couple people have already emailed me. Looks like Matt Jenkins would like access. So what am I gonna do? I'm gonna click the share button. I'm gonna make Matt a producer, not the admin. Sorry, Matt. And he's gonna get an email. And an email just comes right to him. Looks like I got one other person here. KJ would like from Grace Place Church. And all you got to do is click a button, send a link, and boom, they can remotely control your cameras. Now, we're building video switching and streaming into this right now. You can record all your cameras and output the NDI on the far end for mixing and streaming with vmix and etc. So this allows you to very easily control cameras from anywhere in the world. And I see, Siler Tech saying, don't share it with everyone on the stream. Yeah, Mike gets very afraid of sharing all these PTZ cameras with the world. That's why we only put a couple in here.
Just two inputs in here.
Just two. But you can see, this is how you can share camera control and access. The other thing you can do, by the way, if you have multiple studios, you can see in the top left here, for someone like John who has multiple venues that he's working with, you can go ahead and, have all of them just instantly jump between different studios. Like I'll jump between one that's over here. For example, we have another studio called the Sales Demo Studio, has different cameras on the same local area network, actually. And I can see here that I'm local to the network, not going over the network. But just to give you an idea, and he's asking, does it work with Canon? And the answer is yes. Although, John, in the Discord, I saw there's some Canon models we're still kind
Yeah,
of
they're
fully
still
pushing through.
figuring out and determining exactly which they do support. I'm not sure off the top of my head if it's Visca or their XC protocol, but I can look into that for you, or if we have anyone from our amazing product team listening that could help out this user here. But yeah, if you have Hive, it's not just PTZOptics cameras. Eventually, we will ship cameras that are Hive linked, which will mean you'll be able to take them anywhere. And once you connect them to the Hive, you can send them out remotely to another location. They'll be directly linked to your studio. But in the future, if you're using Hive, you're gonna have a lot of options. Whether it's local integrated sources, USB cams, if you want to bring in DSLRs, you're gonna have a lot of options here.
Now, what we have to do while we'll answer some final questions, I'm going to be drawing winners. Okay. And I'm going to draw winners. I'm going to post them in the
Okay.
chat. And if you're here, you can claim your prize. If they're not here, we will call another person. The first one we have is Stephanie Liskey. And we got a
Alrighty.
question here. How does it play in the secure sphere across VPNs and lockdown networks? So if the network is locked down, meaning it does not have access to the internet, then will still work, but it will only work on the local area network. So if we go back to my screen here, there's an important thing I want to show here. In the top right of the Hive, what you'll see here is a local or cloud toggle. Right now, I'm on the same local area network as the Hive bridge. the Hive bridge is running right here. So essentially, it's not connected to the cloud at all. So there is no firewall that could stop me. There's no, I'm on the same local area network. And I can also hit this lock button. And what that will do is it will lock all people out of the Hive. So if you've got a whole bunch of people in, you can lock out everybody joining from Hive. Now, with that being said, Hive also works directly on a camera. So you can have a Hive linked camera, and that camera itself can be linked to your Hive Studio. You can unplug it, ship it anywhere in the world. As soon as it gets connected to a network with internet access, it will connect back to Hive. Now, I see Silertex asking about having an SSL outbound connection on port 443. I don't know that technically how it works. All I know is if the device is on a network that can access the internet, just like a web browser, that is how the technology works. So I think that's port 443. It is just normal web traffic. As long as it can reach the web, you do not need to open up any ports or firewall issues. It's like an edge device. The camera itself is an edge device. So you can have 2 or 3 cameras at a venue. You do not need to have a computer or a video switcher. It all happens in the cloud with Hive. So really, really cool stuff. And Mike, we have a couple of Regina asking for the QR code again. You can still join the giveaway, but we are going ahead and drawing giveaway.
We're
winners
drawing
right
now, so enter now while you have the time. You have seconds left.
I'm going to pick a new winner because I did not see Stephanie Lisk, and we now have Glenn Moyers.
Glenn Moyers, if you're in the chat, scream and shout. Let us
Awesome.
know if you're here.
Hive Link is only for PTZOptics cameras. Yes. So in order to create Hive linked firmware, we have literally custom built a connection and authentication where you can take a PTZOptics camera, and all PTZOptics Move SEs, Move 4Ks, Studio Pros, all the new generation cameras will have a firmware update, and you'll be able to go into the web interface and you will be able to log into your Hive account to associate that camera, that device, with your Hive Studio of choice. You might have 5 Hive Studios, and you have 2 cameras in one, 3 in the other, etc. Once it's connected, it's a one-time linking, linked and done. Then you can disconnect that camera as soon as it boots up and has internet access. You have remote PTZ camera control of that device. So it's a really cool architecture for remote PTZ camera control, video switching, recording, and management of your PTZ camera devices.